coming up for the offline for the future.
They're using USSD channel, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ketan Doshi, coming to you, right? So, you talked about the challenges, right? Talk to us about how you are addressing those challenges, right? Because you identified them, right? So, I want to go a little bit deeper on what you are doing on that space to address them.
So when we started with payments. That also brings trust along with us. It's payments always is the starting point. Then we moved on to the banking piece. We cater to the banking needs of the population. So uh, offering PMJDY accounts. So we have offering banking at our touch points. We have wallet now, which is uh, coming out in a different shape and manner based on our experience, past experience. So we're creating a challenger bank, not a bank itself, but a challenger bank product where wallets will be offered to the underserved. The onboarding will be quick, and even the debit cards are sort of a prepaid card, which is a pseudo debit card for them, which can be offered over the counter. So there's no lead time for onboarding. If you go to open a bank account, there's a lead time to open a bank account. There's a lead time to get a card, lead time to activate a card. There's a process for an underserved to go to an ATM card, activate a card, and it's a very big process, and which there's a dropout, very big dropout. So this is what we have observed over a period of time, that onboarding a customer quickly and educating them there itself when he's excited to get onboarded, rather than waiting for them to get the card and onboard them and train them and educate them. So that piece which we are building it on the wallet, and wallet right now, as per the new regulations which have gone through in last 1 year, wallet is at par with a bank account, except I cannot pay interest on the wallet balance, and it can hold up to 2 lakh rupees. So I think for the underserved market, we have a decent size of 2 lakh rupees, and we are building it for the people who are aspiring to get a wallet or card. We are using the Aadhaar pipe to get the KYC onboarded. KYC based onboarding quickly. Uh, I don't think anyone is interested in the interest part. People are not actually looking at interest. They are just using it as a payment tool, as an investment tool, or as an they want to go online. A rural location, there are youths who are looking to go online and buy a Nike shoe or a Reebok or a jeans, and they don't have the tool to make a payment. So this is the segment we are hitting, and hopefully, I think we are going to see good traction, because we have seen 20% KYC rejection rate because of small difference in KYC. The banks are so, adamant. They cannot move out of their piece. So we are seeing that 20% dropout rate because the bank has not approved the account for various reasons. So 30-40% rejection rate. So there is a huge mass which is waiting to get banked, and they have a good alternate in terms of our card. And these are cash loading cards, because we have 65,000 touch points where a customer can walk in, and he can be a farmer from a local. He can be a farmer who is getting cash uh, as his revenue, and he can come to my outlet and deposit it. So it is pure offline play to a digital play, and most of the cards right now, or the wallet right now, is focused towards online. They are addressing needs of already included people. So that's where we are.
Hello. I think now prepaid card you can also withdraw, right?
Yes.
That is also allowed. So it's as good as a bank account. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Interesting. So that means because of the wallet, you could move money between wallets. Number one,
Yes.
that's
P2P is there.
That's P2P.
P2M is there because of QR codes.
QR
We are
codes.
live on the UPI. We are getting live on the UPI pipe under interoperability.
and then you can also withdraw money through your prepaid cards, right? And anyway, you have a micro ATM network thanks to
Yes.
all of this, right?
Yes.
Interesting. That's a very interesting take on a product to address the underserved market, right? Like farmers, for example, tier 3 to tier 4 to tier 6. Okay, so folks, we have I see 11 minutes 40 seconds more. Any questions? Raise your hands. We will try to get you a mic for you to ask a question. And meanwhile, I'm going to continue. So any questions? Just raise your hand. We'll ask the audience. If not, we will continue our questions here, right? All right. So there's an interesting trend I'm seeing over here, right? So number one, all three of you are in payments, as such, but both of you have launched other products on top of payments, right? So you've launched a wallet banking product, you launched lending and insurance. Parag, you're still on you're pure payments now. Here's what I want to know, right? And this is for the audience here, the entrepreneurs here as well. How do you see payments evolving? Is payments going to become a commodity, or is it you can still make money on it, or is it going to be something that you use as a base? And I want all three of you to answer. And Ketan
I would
Doshi is
like
waiting to go.
take the lead.
So, yes, Ketan.
Payments is already more than commodity now. So there's no revenue stream in the payments business, but ancillary business as they are into lending or some ancillary business if you get insurance on the bucket. So basically bundling multiple products on the payments pipe gives you revenue, it brings efficiency because if you have multiple products running on the same asset, it brings huge efficiency. So it is divided. So we have, just to correct, we have 100 plus services running on our touch points, which ranges from travel to booking to lending to payment. So that's the only piece which gives me efficiency, or else it would have been difficult to sustain only on the payments.
So I agree with Parag, and Ketan. So the thing is, payments is a great acquisition tool. You can acquire a merchant using payments. Try and cover the ecosystem to the best of your ability. Right? There are multiple ways to make revenue out of the merchant. Right? And lending, insurance, BNPL are some of the few. Right? Payments also helps you. See, if you look at merchant lending per se, I don't know of any company which has been profitable in the merchant lending space. Right? There is no company which is profitable. If you look at the last report which CRIF came out with, they are saying small ticket business loans, the NPA is above 15%. So I'm sure nobody's making money. But with payments, I think you can have a great control on lending because from the settlements you can deduct money. You can understand the merchant more. So payments on its own will never make money, but value-added services, and I include lending in that, will help you make money.
Parag.
I was just thinking, what I'm going to add. Like how you said about Ladakh, no? Even 5 years before, even I had been to Ladakh, and that time I took an immersion in Pangong Lake. So तभी immersion करने के बाद ऐसा था कि मोदी जी ने आत्मनिर्भर करने का पूरा, he said it. So we thought okay, let's develop and manufacture and design the POS machine in India, and we'll really be able to make good money because there is no one in the industry. Even after 5 years, there is no one in the industry. So how we talked about giving an access in the financial inclusion, but very important piece has been left out is how are we going to reduce our dependency? Entire ecosystem of payment, it is based out of the foreign vendors infrastructure. Now, unfortunately, that's still being on the challenge side, which I am still narrating because we all are aware the semiconductor challenges and so on and so forth, the scenarios which India is still struggling. Maybe we'll take another 4-5 years to, improvise that scenario. But having said that, now how are we going to, move ahead? Yesterday, I had a meeting with some of my sales folks here, and we were talking about how we can continue our journey of building solutions. So then our folks were interested more in, finding कि ये hardware है, उसके ऊपर solution क्या लगा सकते हैं? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
But then we decided that, let's do that way, that let's find a solution and some of the hardware can be fixed in those solutions here. So right from onboarding solutions to management or mobile device management. Am I audible? So mobile device management, and how are we going to monitor, how are we going to optimize those apps, and ultimately whatever the services these gentlemen have been offering, our uh, contribution to their journey is like with more and more ubiquitous scenarios with the hardware, with the different solutions, with some of the software applications, and ultimately how faster they will be able to serve the entire community which they are aiming to, and maybe we can be of that help in the value chain. So ultimately it's just not pure play payment, but with the value addition, how Ketan said, and we would be definitely wanting to uh, play in that sort of a complete offering together as a bundled way. So that is where not only just the hardware, but couple of other innovations which we can definitely wanting to bring in, which will make the journey worthwhile.
Yeah, I think you brought out a very important point on the semiconductor
I'm
shortage.
not-
I think can we get him? Can we get Paraga's new headset, please? I think he can't hear me. Any questions from the audience? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. Okay, we have a question there. Can we get the gentleman a mic, please, so that he can ask his question in the meanwhile? And please do let us know to whom the question is for as well. We can't hear. Can you just see that? Okay, till then I'm just going to ask, continue the discussion until the mic is ready.
Sorry, because there is talking some other conference, not here.
Okay, so I think he's Parag is hearing somebody else's voice and not mine. But no, I kind of agree with what Parag said. Right, there is the semiconductor shortage is an issue.
Check, check. Hey, hey.
Yeah. Okay, whoever said check, I could hear it. Yeah, Parag, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can.
Are you
hear
sure?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Right. Yeah, can you please just introduce yourself and also just your name and also your question and to whom it is for?
Yeah, my name is Satish. I'm also from AWS. I'm a colleague of Sandeep. This question is for actually all of you. I mean, some of you mentioned that lending is not a, not a money-making enterprise, right? But we are hearing a lot about the data stack coming up on top of UPI and identity as well. And with more data becoming available, you'll be able to do more cash flow-based lending and be able to underwrite better. If you were to crystal gaze, right, where do you think when would lending become profitable, and when would it be that it'll become the real financial inclusion?
No, no, but you can use my mic.
So I said there is no profitable lending company as of now. I didn't say lending is not profitable, right? So lending is definitely profitable. The problem is, people don't use the data well. Like, just to give you an example, POS gives you so much data. Like, let's say Sandeep was a merchant with me for the last 2 years. I know how many days was he transacting with me, right? How many transactions happen on a daily basis? How many unique cards? How many UPI? How many debit? How many credit? How many Amex? How many Visa, right? Am I analyzing that data well? Post giving the loan. Let's say Sandeep used to transact every day for the last 2 years and he didn't transact for 2 days. Do I call him up and ask, is everything okay with him, his family, the shop, and my device? Right? If he still doesn't transact, do I send somebody to the shop to say a quick hi? Right? Will there be delinquencies? Of course, there will be delinquencies. But would you want to be first in the queue to get your money? That should be the plan, right? So, a lot of people focus only on data to lend, right? Nobody's focusing on data to collect. Ultimately, if you want to win a great football match, you can't do it without a great goalkeeper, right? So nobody's focusing on the goalkeeper. Everybody's focusing on the forward. Okay. So whoever gets the goalkeeper right will be able to crack this code. That I can assure you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very important point you brought up, actually, Ketan, because so number one, For those who want us to help them analyze their data, please let us know. We got teams of analytics and AI experts and ML experts who can sit with you. Interestingly, on goalkeeper, right? It just struck me on how important it is. I think it was, I forgot which World Cup it was, but it was USA was there in that. In that, it was a soccer World Cup, the football World Cup, and the goalkeeper was like saving a bunch of goals, and somebody went to the goalkeeper's Wikipedia page and changed his position from goalkeeper to Ministry of Defense. You know, that's like, so I kind of understand how important goalkeeping is. So we've actually worked with some fintech. So Zest Money is one fintech where we've actually worked on digitizing the collections, right? Reminding exactly what you said. And yeah, we're happy to work with any of you on enabling that. Any other questions from the audience? We have like 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Okay. Ketan, you wanted to say something else?
Nothing else.
Okay.
I was just trying to see if the mic is working now.
Yeah, it is. It's they've been a little cranky. All right. Any last words, Ketan Doshi, Parag?
I think as the conference goes about financial inclusion through fintech, I think fintech partnership is going to be key driver to the financial inclusion piece, because financial institutions are large and they cannot be nimble and go down the line with a efficient system. So I think fintech is going to be key driver for financial inclusion. It will work in a partnership model with the large institutions, and without fintech, the financial inclusion dream of the country cannot be successful. That's what I can give you last.
Yeah, so
Parag?
to add on to that, whatever Ketan said is like, according to me, it's more of the merchant inclusion and the whole digitalization journey, ultimately how we are achieving the entire digital transformation. So with all of those enabling scenarios from the government side, from the regulator, or even
Why not?
Yeah, I think it's the market is big enough to accommodate different players, right? So I think you're going to have different business models. Some will figure it out, and they will succeed. That's all the time we have. It's actually, this is the big Times Up red over here, very scary looking notice board right in front of us. But I would like to thank all of you. The last thing I would always say is that, for all of you looking to start new fintechs or thinking of innovative models, think of what technology. So if you look at anything that is innovative or disruptive or drives, mass adoption, which is what you need for financial inclusion, think about some disruptive technology that you can leverage, right? So from our business, like cloud is a very good example. Mark Andreessen, who's the founder of Andreessen Horowitz, one of the biggest VC firms in the world, actually said that the cloud reduced the cost of starting startups by 100 times. Right? So what used to cost $150,000 to start, or $1.5 million to start rather, became like $15,000. So that's a big, big difference. So think about different technologies that you can leverage with innovative business models. Right? All right. Thank you so much, Ketan.
Thanks.
Ketan and Parag. It was a wonderful discussion.
Thank you so
Guys,
much.
can we have a round of applause please, for them, please? Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Bye.